Here we have the Hope V-Twin, which you can see gets its name by its V-twin or V8 shape of the master cylinder, which mounts conveniently beneath your stem. So what's cool with these is you run regular brake lever shift levers, and you only run about a foot of cable housing, and it enters the unit through the front here with this kind of weird or interesting cable routing, but you get used to it very quickly. And like I said, this piece right here is the master cylinder, and from there it's standard hydraulic disc brake, just like you would have on your mountain bike. You have standard Hope hydraulic lines, which lead to standard Hope hydraulic brake calipers, which is really nice because the parts are easy to come by. You can find pads at many different bike shops. One really cool feature that I like personally is all of the internals in the brake hose are reusable, so you can reuse the olive and whatnot. And you don't have to replace them like so many other brands, which is really convenient if you're picking up a set of these used. But the Hope V-Twin, it feels pretty good. It was the first, as far as I know, the first option offering a mechanical to hydraulic conversion to give you a ton of modulation, which it does. From the drops it feels really good, but from the hoods it doesn't feel so good. I'm not a huge fan of it. That's why it's going to come off of this bike. But you know, it just takes a ton of braking force to lock up the tires, which is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because you have to squeeze the brakes really, really hard from the hoods to get anything to happen. That may just be because I have smaller than normal hands, and I have my, you can probably see, I have my brake levers brought in about as far as you can, but I'm not a huge fan of this setup. That's why it's coming off of here. You know, if you have bigger hands and they're a little bit more muscular than I am, it'll probably feel pretty good. But you know, this was the first mechanical to hydraulic system on the market, so you know, it still feels better than any you know, any mechanical disc brake that I've ever felt. And you have a ton of modulation. It's just they're not super powerful from the hoods, and that's my only complaint, because in an hour-long cyclocross race my hands tend to get tired, and you know, you can still late brake a ton of people, especially the guys out there riding candy brakes, but you know, your hands really pay the price after a race. So there you have it, my thoughts on the Hope V-Twin setup.